Mortgage rates are between 6.5% and 7% right now, but you need to sell your house. How do you justify that? Well, sometimes the pain of not selling overcomes the pain of having to take a higher interest rate. And we've always talked about in real estate, people are always going to need to buy and people are always going to need to sell. There's so many different reasons out there. So if deciding if now is the right time for you to sell, that's a very personal decision, and nobody can say, oh yeah, you need to do this, or oh yeah, you need to do that. But you can definitely look at what your options are to see, is it feasible for you to do that right now? So some of the reasons that people sell their home, even in a higher interest rate environment, people get married. I've had 2 or 3 friends of mine whose children have gotten married in the past couple of weeks. And so obviously they're going to be out looking for a new home that they can share together and start building memories. People get divorced. And when you get divorced, more than likely, if someone doesn't keep the house, you're going to have to sell the house in order to split the proceeds and settle everything. People have children. If you're living in a starter home and you've already got 1 or 2 kids and now you're pregnant again, probably going to need to upsize. And in that case, the pain of not selling is probably going to outweigh the pain of having to take a higher interest rate on your mortgage. Sometimes people have to sell because of death. A couple that's been married 60 years and one of them dies, the other one may not be in a position to take care of the house by themselves, so they need to sell it in order to downsize, in order to move in with a child, maybe move into assisted living, whatever the case may be. And then sometimes people just want to sell because they've retired. They've lived here because this is where their career was, this is where their job was. But now the kids have moved out, they've retired, and they've always dreamed of living somewhere else. So people decide to sell in those instances. So you may be motivated by one of those factors, and if so, then it may be time for you to move. 1 in 4 sellers are choosing to move for very personal reasons, even with current mortgage rates being what they are. So if you need to sell because something has happened in your life, I would love to talk with you, and let's see if now is the right time for you. You can send me a DM or leave a comment below.